$37 million divorce. Well,
Billion, honey. Put some respect on that.
You and your fiance, Jeff Bezos.
Who? It goes on and on about this woman who...
What if we told you one of the most expensive weddings in modern history lasted just 37 minutes before crumbling into a $5 billion legal war? Yep, we're talking about Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. What was hyped as a love story for the ages has turned into the most scandalous billionaire breakup we've seen in a decade. From Venice gondolas to legal documents, private jets to media leaks, this saga has everything: betrayal, luxury, clout-chasing, and a man who may have just pulled the ultimate power move. Whether Lauren played herself or Bezos set her up like a grandmaster, one thing is clear: this isn't just a divorce. It's a billionaire demolition. In this video, we'll break down the 10 most explosive parts of this story, from prenups and lawsuits to yachts and Vogue covers. So grab your popcorn. This tea is nuclear.
So, you think this divorce settlement is fair?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. A marriage is a partnership. Bezos spent 25 years helping her husband grow his business and grow his swagger. I mean, look at that. He went from pleated pants salesman to jacked up arms dealer, am I right? Yeah, it's totally fair. Look, but that chapter is now closed, okay? It's over now, and this next phase is crucial.
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's $5 million wedding in Venice was supposed to be a luxurious, romantic celebration. But instead of a fairy tale, it was more like a trailer for a drama series. Within an hour of saying "I do," rumors erupted that Lauren had filed for divorce. The marriage reportedly lasted just 37 minutes, and whispers of a prenup-free arrangement set the internet on fire. People were shocked. How could one of the world's savviest businessmen walk into a potential trap like this? And in Venice, of all places. The extravagant wedding was quickly overshadowed by rumors that this union was nothing more than a publicity stunt or a calculated financial play. Either way, the drama kicked off faster than Bezos' rocket launches, and it seemed the fallout had already begun before the cake was even cut.
No, but wish them both well. They both released statements about the end of their marriage. Yes. They're both very kind and gracious to one another. And I think divorce, no matter what the circumstances, I think are always very painful. So the fact that they can walk away, and really only the two of them really know. All this chatter, all these people don't know really what.
One of the biggest question marks in this saga is the infamous prenup. Early reports suggested that Lauren convinced Jeff not to sign one, saying their love would last forever. But later, insiders claimed there was a prenup, only it was filled with Bezos-level fine print. Some said it tied the divorce terms to the state where they married. Others believe Lauren signed it under pressure. Either way, it seems the prenup was so ironclad that violating any clause, like monetizing their marriage, could cost her everything. One Reddit theory even suggested that Bezos' team spent months crafting the contract like a NASA mission plan. So, was this a love story gone wrong or a masterfully staged legal setup? The details of the prenup are still under wraps, but all signs point to Bezos having prepared for every possible outcome long before the first champagne glass was poured.
So here's the thing. She's been proposed to, or she's been engaged 4 times.
That means she got that good.
Yes.
The wedding wasn't just extravagant, it was controversial. Bezos reportedly spent over $48 million on the ceremony, including shutting down parts of Venice. That didn't sit well with locals, who protested the disruption. Imagine living in one of the world's most historic cities, only to have it hijacked by billionaires for Instagram-worthy boat rides. Bezos supposedly offered free Prime delivery for a month to the city's residents, but the backlash was fierce. Protesters showed up, event locations were changed, and entire plans were scrapped. Some insiders say Bezos spent an additional $10 million hiring ex-Marines and another $38 million shifting the venue to dodge public outrage. The wedding that was meant to celebrate love turned into a PR nightmare and set the tone for what came next. For a man used to controlling narratives, this was the first red flag, and it was only just beginning.
Proposed to her because she thinks that he would be a fool because Lauren Sanchez has had some very turbulent love relationships.
Less than 48 hours after the wedding, Bezos dropped a bombshell. He filed a $5 billion lawsuit. The legal complaint reportedly centered around violations of trust, image exploitation, and brand manipulation. Bezos believed Lauren had turned their marriage into a marketing stunt, orchestrating photo ops and secretly negotiating media deals. What was supposed to be a union turned into a legal landmine. Sources say Bezos didn't act out of emotion, but strategy. This lawsuit had been planned for months, with evidence including leaked texts, photo deals, and even wiretapped assistant testimonies. Bezos was done playing nice. He didn't post dramatic rants, he filed paperwork. And that's when everyone realized this wasn't just a breakup, it was an execution. The timing, impeccable. The message, brutal. Lauren wasn't just being divorced, she was being erased from the empire.
I do in front of famous friends after celebrating their 2023 proposal on a yacht with Kris Jenner and Bill Gates, and then again at an intimate soiree with Oprah and Rob Pattinson.
Lauren didn't stick around to clean up the mess. She was seen fleeing Venice aboard a speedboat with none other than Leonardo DiCaprio. Eyewitnesses claim Leo shouted, "We can just be friends," as cameras rolled. While the scene felt ripped from a rom-com, it revealed how fast Lauren had distanced herself from Bezos. Some say she already knew the divorce was coming and had an exit strategy ready. Her alliance with an Amazon rival, Temu, raised more eyebrows, suggesting she was already moving on, strategically and financially. Critics began to question whether she ever really loved Bezos or just saw the relationship as a stepping stone to her solo empire. This wasn't a woman blindsided by divorce. It was someone who may have been prepping for the next chapter. Only the script changed before she could finish the first scene.
We mentioned Lauren Sanchez. She posted, she didn't post. She was in the tabloids for this picture of Jeff Bezos smacking her thong-wearing bottom on their yacht. This is, I submit to you, a total setup.
The turning point in Bezos' trust reportedly came when a glossy Vogue-style spread of the wedding was leaked, before his PR team even approved the official photos. Insiders say Lauren planted the feature herself, complete with designer tags, curated shots, and no mention of Bezos' side of the family. For Jeff, that was the final straw. The man who built Amazon on data and control suddenly saw his own wedding spun into a branding circus without his consent. From that moment, Bezos felt used, as if he was just a background prop in Lauren's influencer origin story. Sources say this betrayal hit harder than any affair. Bezos' legal team argued that Lauren's unauthorized media push violated prenup clauses and sparked the $5 billion lawsuit. For Lauren, the Vogue spread was supposed to be her debut. For Jeff, it was proof he'd been played.
Lauren Sanchez's, one of her former friends, does not think that Jeff Bezos should...
Bezos didn't stop at legal action. Within hours of filing the lawsuit, he reportedly revoked Lauren's access to shared assets. Her private jet privileges were frozen, security codes changed, assistants reassigned. She allegedly tried to book a wellness trip to the Maldives, only to find her jet grounded. This wasn't just pettiness. It was Bezos cutting every possible narrative weapon from Lauren's arsenal. Even her glam team went silent. Her PR rep ghosted. Her stylist removed all references to her from their page. People inside Bezos' circle said this was a controlled demolition. Give her just enough to survive, but not enough to rebuild. The image of Lauren sipping champagne on yachts was replaced by one of her slipping away silently, stripped of the billionaire access she once flaunted. Bezos wasn't just divorcing her, he was deleting her from the brand.
It's a very challenging thing to try and estimate, so I think you just have to try and be reasonable about it, take as much risk off the table as you can for yourself. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Once news of the lawsuit hit, public sentiment flipped like a switch. Lauren went from being a glamorous power couple queen to a clout-chasing liability. Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, every platform lit up. Memes compared her to Kris Jenner without the brains. Hashtags like Lauren loses big and Bezos breaks free began trending. Fan pages that once celebrated her outfits were now dragging her every move. And shockingly, nobody came to her defense. Not Oprah, not the Kardashians, not even close friends. Silence echoed louder than any statement. It became clear. Even Hollywood's elite were distancing themselves to protect their own brands. It was social exile in real time. One viral post read, "She went from yacht life to lawsuit in 0.5 seconds." Lauren wasn't just losing money, she was losing public favor, credibility, and influence. And Bezos, he didn't say a word. He just watched it all burn.
Well, look at what she's done and how she's led her life.
Lauren had big plans post-Bezos. Her own lifestyle brand, media partnerships, a docu-series. But when the lawsuit dropped, all those deals began crumbling. One investor meeting was canceled the day after the court filing. A beauty brand pulled out of a collaboration. Even stylists and advisors went dark. Her glow-up playbook was leaking ink. And there was no time for damage control. Insiders revealed she had filed trademarks, silent LLCs, and even planned a book deal titled Reinventing Womanhood. But now, she's ghosting the media entirely. No interviews, no red carpets, just one blurry paparazzi photo of her in Europe. Phone turned face down. Lauren tried to build an empire off a wedding, but forgot who she was marrying. And now, the spotlight she craved has become a torch burning down everything she built.
Well, look at what she's done and how she's led her life.
If this was chess, Jeff Bezos played the long game. One insider claimed he told friends before the wedding, "This isn't forever. It's business." He let the spectacle happen so the world could see Lauren's true motives. Then, with receipts in hand, he hit her with a $5 billion lawsuit that nuked her influencer launch. Bezos had lawyers on standby, shell companies prepared, and a full crisis team ready. He didn't act out of jealousy. He acted out of precision. He let her build the brand rollout, then used it as evidence. That's billionaire strategy. While Lauren's empire collapses, Bezos remains silent, secure, and in control. No drama, just demolition. He didn't just divorce her, he dismantled the entire operation. And in the end, it's clear, this wasn't a breakup. It was a takedown.
It goes on and on about this woman who, let's face it, this relationship began in an extramarital affair. They were both cheating on their spouses, but now they're getting the Vogue treatment to where we're supposed to believe it's the grand love affair. And they point out about how out on the yacht, she's wearing her crop top, partying with Leonardo DiCaprio and Prince or Queen Rania of Jordan. And when questioned about how this isn't very green of them to have the yacht everywhere and the private jets, Sanchez is undaunted.
So, what's the lesson in all this? When you marry into an empire, don't forget who built it. Jeff Bezos didn't just pull the plug on a marriage, he detonated a legal grenade that's now echoing through luxury circles and influencer circles alike. Lauren Sanchez may have seen herself as the next media mogul, but she forgot she was playing against the guy who made billions out of people's shopping carts. From clout-chasing weddings to NDA-bound lawsuits, this billionaire breakup has shown us that power, when handled like a chessboard, is nearly unstoppable. Whether you think Lauren got played or Bezos overplayed his hand, one thing is certain, this isn't the end of the story. It's just the beginning of the fallout. Smash that like button if you think Bezos just pulled the final boss move of the decade. Subscribe for more high-stakes celebrity chaos. We're only scratching the surface.